is the future of banking for women. We are focused on women's financial and economic empowerment. We are a community-first organization with a present strength of over 60,000 women. We are creating an ecosystem for women to thrive.
Access to credit is a killer. If you don't have any access to credit, that means you don't have any financial footprint. You cannot get any loans for your business. You cannot do more than what you're doing in that your small little space. When we now have access to credit, we don't take it. That's another problem, but I think that problem is also a mindset thing. Women are scared. We need to start breaking it down to women. We need to also start giving women affordable loans.
Access to credit is a very important factor, and it's important that we're able to create that digital ecosystem for the SME so they have records that they can actually show to their banks that will facilitate access to credit. I think that's one missing element. Your account-to-account transfers don't serve you well because a typical business should have a proper business payment capability.
In our work at Women's World Banking, what we do is we work with financial service providers to design solutions that take into consideration the barriers and challenges that women face and ensure we're leveling the playing field so that everyone can have access. So it's not about excluding men, it's about recognizing that when you design a product and you're not listening to the women or you're not observing how women use the product or how women can access the product, you're basically shutting them out.
For the African woman, and I think even more for the sub-Saharan African woman, you are still raised to be a nurturer, to be a carer. You were not raised with that conscious mindset that you can also be a landlady. You know, I grew up hearing landlord more than I heard landlady. How people can relate? You know, and I think for women, it is such a powerful, reality that we live, where even from how you are nurtured, how you are raised, and it affects your mindset and how you end up doing so many things and so many decisions you take in your life, there isn't that consciousness. You know what I mean? That you have to say.
A Muslim woman is entitled to money. So entitled that she has no obligation to buy salt for your soup with it. She has no obligation to pay anybody's school fees. She has no obligation. She has no responsibility to spend it on anyone. There's no evidence. There's no particular hadith. There's no hadith. There's no verse of the Quran that says that our money should be under the guardianship of someone. But unfortunately, that is the reality that is the life of a lot of Muslim women.
According to one of the Islamic teachers, says seeking knowledge, right, is mandatory. Society has compelled, us to just neglect what is even in the Quran.
The most important business decision you will ever make is who you marry. Wow. Probably can count in double digits how many times I've cooked this year. Someone else would look and say she's not a well-rounded wife. But guess what? To the man I marry, it's not the most important thing.
The notion that you cannot be successful as a mother, I think I already disproved that. I wasn't successful till I became a mother. I think the greatest advice I got was from Pastor Sam Adeyemi. He said, outsource everything you can and focus on what cannot be outsourced. It's as simple as that.
The best thing you can do for poor people is not to be one of them. That's the best thing you can do. As a Christian woman, your life should be a magnificent adventure. You have to save, discipline. That's how to take ownership of your financial life.
There's this tension between I'm praying and inaction. Because we really don't understand that prayer is not just a monologue. You can't effectively pray and not live with strategy. We're not going to speak tongues to pay bills. The tongues must translate to strategy on what you should do to then pay the bills. So edify yourself. God wants you to prosper. God will bless you, but He wants partnership.
I have seen money. But I have also squandered money. But I never squandered my opportunities. I never squandered my goodwill. I never burned my bridges. And for whatever it's worth, I'd like to tell you that goodwill is an investment.
Get advice.
Seek advice. Don't think you can do it by yourself. Find people that will advise you. Find people that will teach you. Find people that will guide you. And when you do make mistakes, get up and do something to correct that mistake. You don't feel like, oh, time has gone and I can't get anything done. You can.
Today being World Savings Day, I learned that it's important as women for us to be financially independent. And one of the key things we need to do is to save first before spending, also give, and also invest. While we were talking about the session today, more women need to be liberated, especially in their finances. And I think with the Herconomy app, it will really go a long way.
I'm going to start saving immediately, with Herconomy especially. And I will use my interest positively. I'll learn to start giving more with my interest. That's what I'm going to start doing.